What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. So today we had a broad gap down across the market, and that was kind of expected with the sell-off that we had yesterday. So remember, yesterday we had this big sell-off, and usually with that kind of selling, we generally can have a gap down the next day, probably about 60% of the time. So we had a little gap down continuation here today. And what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to walk you through everything and we're going to break it all down. So if you're ready, let's step into the war zone. All right. So why don't you guys let me know where you're tuning in from today, and then we'll get started on the picks. All right. Let's go to Twitter here. So the 4 picks we had from yesterday, guys, let me go ahead and pull that up. What's going on, everybody? Otis, Sin Trade, Musty, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Boom, boom, boom. Where are the picks? So SPY, Nvidia, AMD, and Microsoft. All right. So here we go. So let me just throw up some of you guys on the screen. Sim Trade from New York, what's going on? Otis from Chicago, what's going on? Moreno Yater from Miami, what's going on? Chris from Denton, what's going on, my brother? Don from Michigan. Musty, what's going on from Ohio? DJ J White from Jacksonville, Florida, what's going on? Melly from Singapore in the house, let's do this. G Shan from Washington, what's going on? Suzuki from, did I say that right? Kyle from New York City, what's going on? Erica from Trinidad and Tobago, welcome. John from Lakewood, what's up, brother? Appreciate you. And last one, let's go. Who do we have? Who's the lucky last person? What do we got? Sharon Smith from New York, welcome. All right, so let's begin. So first thing we want to do, guys, is we want to draw the previous day's low and the previous day's high. So I'm starting off with SPY. You guys know we trade SPY every single day. So here's the low and here's the high. So right off the bat, guys, you can see we had a gap down, right? We opened below the previous day's low, but we didn't open really significantly below the low, okay? But we did open below the low. So anytime we have a little gap down like that, the first thing that I'm going to be looking at is the opening range breakout, all right? So let me walk you through that. But I want to go ahead and I want to draw some other lines with you, okay? So 1 second. All right. So if we go into the Discord here and we go into the trigger day trades. So this is the trigger day trade from yesterday. So let me just show you guys. So this is the chart from yesterday. Okay, we can see this. So you could see right here, guys, I had the short entry already. So this type of trading is called automated trading. Okay, so get the pen and the pad out. You could write this down. There's different ways to trade. One is actually sitting at the screen, putting in orders, limit orders, market orders, like real time. And the second way of trading, guys, is automated. So what automated trading is putting your order in the night before, and it can execute by itself using something called stop limit and good to cancel bracket orders. Okay. So that's what I do with my triggers. So my trigger trades, every single day, I'm going to have one trigger trade for SPY, and it's going to be fully automated. All right. 1 sec. Sorry about that. So there we go. So right here, guys, I'm going to draw in the triggers. So I'm going to do the trigger in white. Actually, let's do it in yellow. And let's make it, okay, yellow. Okay. So here we go. So the short, 467.97. Coordinates, 467.97. Okay. And stop loss, 469.71. 469.71. So let me put that in red, 469.71. So this is the stop loss. Let's put the stop loss in red. Okay. And then we have the target. Target is 466.30. So put that in green. All right, so there we go. Put that in green. All right, so let me get rid of the previous day's low and the previous day's high. And let me walk you through this now, all right? So let's hit the replay and let's discuss. All right, so right now I'm just focusing on the trigger only. From here, we're going to look at some of the other setups that I took. But before we go into this, hit me with a 1 if you're following me so far on what I did. So hit me with a 1 if you're following me so far on what I did. All right, this looks pretty nice, actually. I like this. So this yellow line is my short entry. It's a stop limit. So what it means is that it has to touch that level. If it doesn't touch that level, I'm not going to get filled. The red is my protective stop. The green is my first target. This is just completely automated. Okay. Once I put it in the night before, I don't touch it. So here we go. First bar comes in. Notice how the open is slightly below the close. So this is considered a gap down. Okay. So we have a little retest off the bat. Notice that the yellow line is still here. We did not touch the yellow line. Next bar comes in. We have this bullish bull stepping in, the bull buying. Okay. So you also have to remember this. If you look at the type of sell-off that we had yesterday, we had such a huge sell-off, right? That there will be bears that are going to cover some of their short positions at the open today because they're looking for a big gap down. They didn't get a huge gap down. They got something smaller and they're going to start covering. So now here we go. So the bulls are stepping in here. We also have some short covers. There we go. So right here, boom. So now we're filled in the short. Now we are short. But look at this chart. This chart looks bullish, right? Like it looks pretty bad, like for our trade, right? So let me just ask you guys, how many of you guys, if this was your short, you're here short on the yellow line, here's your stop, here's your target. So how many of you guys would be scared right now? Hit me with a 1. No, hit me with a 2. Be honest. Hit me with a 2 if you'd be scared. And I'll tell you, I was scared. I was scared. So hit me with a 2 if you would be scared. You're short and the chart looks like that. All right. So we're in a position. We're a little bit nervous, but we have a stop loss up here. So let's see how it plays out. Boom. Okay. Boom. 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 Target achieved. So what is this concept? This concept here, guys, is what we call the gap fill or the gap retest. What happens here, guys? In the morning, we have shorts covering and bulls stepping in. But when we start pulling back into this gap, this little gap over here, and when we start pulling back in, okay? When we start pulling back in, there's going to be people that miss the boat on the short that are going to try, okay? And what we can do here, this is a bonus, is we can take the Fibonacci of the last leg like this, from the high to the low. And you can see right here, guys, it was right between the 382 and the 50, right in the zone. We got that inverted hammer confirmation candle, right? But the way that I traded it is we had automatically we're in just limit orders and then target achieved. Okay. So hit me with a 3 if you understand that trade. It's really powerful in the sense that you could be setting these trades up the night before. If you're confident, if you've done your due diligence, etc., and you have a profitable system, you can set up the night before. Then you can go about your day. You could do another job. You could run a business. You could do whatever you want. You could sleep in, do whatever you want. But these are the type of plays that I like. Okay. So when you do automatic trade, do you set it as a market order? So if I'm using shares or futures, then I don't need a market order. Okay. I will use a stop limit order because the spread is very small. So you can get into shares or futures contracts, no problem. If you're doing options, then you will have to likely use a market order. All right. So let's go back to the room and let me talk you guys through what I actually. So before the short trigger, I did take another play. I actually took an opening range breakout here, guys, and I used the 3-minute chart. So right here, let me just show you guys. This was this morning. Opening where we closed yesterday. I'm looking to see if we get a medium momentum. We'll play the orb to test the waters. Going to try the 3-minute breakdown. Beauty, blah, blah, blah. So this is just walking through all the targets. So I decided to take a 3-minute inside 3-minute opening range breakout today. And the reason why is because I've been doing a lot of testing around the 3-minute chart. So I've been putting in a lot of work while everybody's in the club sipping on Hennessy. I'm putting in the work. Okay. So I've found some data on the 3-minute and I've been using that. So let's just replay again and then I'll walk you through. All right. So first 3-minute bar comes in right here. So what we're doing here, guys, with this 3-minute bar, for me, I'm looking to take it either direction. I just know that there could be momentum. I didn't want to wait for the 5-minute because the gap wasn't that big. And I also been doing some testing on the 3-minute and I really wanted to pull the trigger early today. Okay. Because also it's a short week, blah, blah, blah. So I want to make sure I hit it early. Boom. We got Roman Empire with the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, my brother. You guys know Roman. He's one of my right-hand man in the room every single day. So we love Roman. We want to appreciate him. Okay. So 1 second there. There we go. So thanks, Roman. Yes. So guys, I look at the price action every single day and I make decisions on what I'm going to do. Simple. So I'm going to repeat this again. All right. So I'm going to repeat this very slow. If you see here, this is the last bar from yesterday. The 3-minute bar, the open is below that low. Okay. So with this knowledge and the fact that we're going to have Thursday, the market's going to be closed. So with all of those factors, I decided to pull the trigger on the 3-minute. Okay. So what I did here, guys, this was a very aggressive play. It was not, it was small size. It wasn't anything crazy, but very aggressive. So let me show you what I did here. I took the Fibonacci on the 3-minute candle like this, and I came in here with a stop loss right at the halfway point. Okay. So very aggressive trade, because it's either going to work or it's not. If it doesn't work, it's okay. I'll flip, right? I'll look for another setup. So right off the bat here, guys, let's hit the next bar. Boom. There we go. Target achieved. That's 1-to-1. We also had a little bit more of a push down. Boom. And we tagged 1.5 and that was it. From there, we had that reversal and then there was the trigger. Okay. So right here, got a little small winner on the orb. Then we pull back in to the trigger and then the trigger rolls over right there and hits a target. So that was beautiful. So those were the only plays that I was involved in today. I know a lot of members we actually spent a lot of time on the 3-minute chart today. So we decided to look at the 3-minute today in detail, and we saw we took some chances here, but you could see right at the top of the range we had an outside bar. This was the best play of the day. This one ran for over 100% in the puts. This inside bar was a 1-to-1 scalp, nothing spectacular, but this outside bar was really beautiful. Then from there, we had this inside bar and this inside bar all producing winners. So the 3-minute chart today was very, very good, guys. The other thing I know some members caught was this 15-minute opening range breakout. So the 15-minute opening range breakout went for a 1-to-1, and that was it, and it rolled over. So pretty happy with that. Let's shout out our brother here, Jonathan. What's going on? Marco choppy there. We still made some profit. Thank you for fractals and Fibonacci life. Thank you, brother. That's what we do. We've been on an amazing roll. It doesn't have to last forever, but while it lasts, we're gonna ride it. All right. So if anybody took the 5-minute orb today, it was a loser. I just knew that with the market having a short week, with Thursday going to be being Thanksgiving and Friday being a half day, I knew that I had to pull the trigger early. So that's why I went to the 3-minute today. And I also have some data that I'm testing behind it. All right. So hit me with a 7 if you're following me. Let me just fast forward. After that, guys, we did have some Fibonacci action. Let me just review it. I didn't take any more plays, but let's review it. So if we take the Fibonacci from the high to the low, this is the afternoon leg right here, the one that I taught you guys yesterday from my book. This is very beautiful, guys. I really need you right now. I need you to get your books out right here. Get your books out. I'm gonna pull it up. Get your books out, and we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go to 54, page 54. So this is very important. This is exactly what I taught you guys yesterday, the afternoon leg. So you see right around here, this is around 11. We clearly have a high and a low, okay? The market starts pulling back. Anytime the market starts pulling back, we must have the high and the low pivot drawn. This is the Fibonacci. And why is that important? Well, look why it's important. Right at the 50%, guys, we have a lot of rejection. We have an outside bar. We have a holy grail. Okay. And from this 50%, look how beautiful this rejection is, guys. You could see it like visually. Wham, 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 wham. Reject, reject, reject. And even if you miss all of this, then you come back here. This holy grail is another rejection. This is like a double top. Beautiful little scalp. Take you back down, guys. Take you back down here. And then from there, we push back into the close. But very fair, guys. If you understand the Fibonacci, very, very fair. Beautiful. All right. Let me just show you guys the alerts here. So after the morning session, guys, when I trade and I talk about the plays, then from there, the bot takes over. And you can see the bot calls out the Holy Grail. The bot calls out every setup. So if you want to keep trading, you can definitely trade with small size. Use the bot to help you. All right. Hit me with a 7 if you're not a 7. Hit me with a 4 for the four horsemen. If you're ready with if you're good to go with SPY, and then we're gonna move on. Afternoon leg is probably the easiest Fibonacci to recognize because you clearly have a high and a low. Clearly, right? It usually takes around 11, 12, 1 o'clock. Within that range, you're going to have that extreme high and extreme low. Because remember this, right? Usually within the first hour, the market is going to try to establish a high or a low. So let's look at this. Here's the first hour. By 9:55, the high of the day was already established. By 10:55, 11 o'clock, the low was already established. You see that? Now that's very important knowledge that I'm sharing with you guys. So make sure you take a note of that. So because the pivot might be already established within the first hour, then from there, we want to use the retracements in order to get into the existing move. All right, beautiful. So that was SPY. Great. No complaints. Automation did its thing. Happy about that. All right. So Nvidia, let's do this. All right. So I'm here on the daily. So what did we have yesterday in Nvidia? We had the outside bar. So with that outside bar, guys, we're looking for some type of continuation. We're looking for some type of plays today. So let's hit the replay. Let's discuss this. So I want you guys to help me out. All right. I want to put this one in your hands. First 5-minute bar comes in. What can we do right here? What are the setups that we can take right here, guys? What can we do right here off of this first 5-minute bar? Anybody have any ideas? Orb, right? So we can take an opening range breakout here, right? So let's go ahead. Boom, boom. Then an inside bar comes, and then we have another push up. So that's a nice little winner. If you missed the orb, you had the inside bar, which was good. Let's go to the alerts and make sure that that popped up. Where are we? Right here. So today, Nvidia inside bar, beautiful. Just making sure. And let's also look at the trade plan for Nvidia. So the trade plan was to short at 321.75. So let's see if we get there. So I'm gonna go here, 321. Beautiful. All right. So right off the bat, guys, there's multiple ways to play this one. There's opening range breakout. There's that fractal. The trigger short is triggered right there, guys. Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it? Look at that. Beautiful. That's why I love these triggers, guys. These triggers that I created, guys, they're a combination of fibs, a combination of many things, and they change. They change depending on the volatility of the market. So this was just a beautiful trade, guys. So if you missed the orb, if you missed that inside bar right there, the trigger is here for all the members, guys. Look at this, man. It doesn't get any better than that. Beautiful trigger. Let's see what happens the rest of the day. Boom, and we just roll over, right? So it was kind of across the board. You're going to see the same theme today. A little bit of a gap down, retracement, okay? Retrace, and then roll over. We saw that a lot today. But that being said, there were still opportunities to make money to the bullish side. You just have to go ahead and lock in. I do not use pre-market. I never use pre-market. Never. All right, so AMD. Let's go here. All right, so AMD. Let me hit the replay and let's walk you through. All right. First bar comes in, boom. First 5-minute bar, opening range breakout, boom, boom, boom. Fill the gap, beautiful. So that's what we call a gap fill right here. So you can see this open gap. We come, we fill the gap, we reject. Right at there, guys, beautiful inside bar. I mean, when you're thinking about trading opportunities, it doesn't really get better than that. It really doesn't. Right on the gap fill, we have inside bar, guys, and that was the beauty of the day. Bam. Okay. If you missed that one, there was this inside bar, which was beauty. We also had some fib action here. So we had the first morning leg right here from low to high. So we had the bulls did fight. They did a try. We could see it right here. So this is right around the 886 fib. We had a little push up. So still good for a scalp. And then when we come from the high to the low, this is what we call the opposing leg. When we come from the high to the low on the opposing leg, it doesn't get any better than that, because that's just beautiful, right? Look at this. 50% rejection with an inside bar. Beautiful. I love that. I love that one. I love that. I think AMD was probably the cleanest play today. It was very, very clean. So hit me with a 7 if you guys are good there. The afternoon leg occurs during lunchtime phase between 12 to 2, where volume becomes 9. That's what I thought. 2 hours in the market could be the afternoon leg. So brother, you got. It's not about the exact time. The timing is always going to vary. You have to remember that. What it's about is establishing a low and a high. Okay. So let's go back to SPY here. Once we start pulling back here, okay. Once we start pulling back, the high and the low is already established. Okay. The high and the low is already established. It could be within the generally it goes a little bit later. But you have to remember this week is a different week because it's a short week and there's also going to be light volume. So in this case, the retracement started happening a little bit earlier. So you just have to be able to adapt when you're trading. You have to read the price action. That's what trading is about. Read the price action. So when we have lighter volume, when we have shorter market cycles, like today, this week, market's going to be closed on Thursday, half day on Friday. Sometimes the legs come in earlier in the day. All right, let's move on. Last one, Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft is pretty clean too, guys. Okay, so if you wanted to take the long play, you had that inside bar right off the bat. If you missed it and you wanted to take the short, here's the gap fill with the inside bar that took you down. I don't know what else to say. We don't need to speculate. We don't need to guess. We don't need to look at JLo. We don't need to look at FediWap. And we don't need to look at flow, underwater, overwater, sharks, whales, nothing. We keep it simple. We stick to our rules. We take a bar by bar approach and we move on. That's the way that I trade, keeping it simple. When you try to add too many things, it's like having too many cooks in the kitchen, right? When you have too many cooks in the kitchen, sometimes the food comes out bad, right? So I'm not saying that other things don't work. I'm just saying if you were to take a bar by bar approach and just trade these bars, take it one step at a time, it's a lot easier than trying to complicate things. All right. And let me just make sure that the alerts went through. So here we go. All the inside bars alerts right there, guys. Beautiful. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for me. 27 minutes in. There's only a few picks today. I'm be posting some new picks going into tomorrow. Remember that Thursday, the market's going to be closed and Friday is going to be a half day. So at some point, there's going to be a dry up in volume and it's going to be very difficult to trade. So at some point, you're going to have to be like, all right, I'm done trading for the week and then move on. So we don't know when that is. I'm going to be looking right at the open tomorrow for opportunities to see if there's anything available. If not, I'm not going to force anything. I already had 2 great days. Don't need to force anything at all. All right, guys, just to summarize here, if you want to trade with me, if you want to check out the room, grab a copy of the book. Here's the drill down method right here. You get 1 month for free if you get the drill down, or the Fibonacci book. You get 1 month for free in the rooms, guys. That's a pretty good deal. You could choose any room that you want. Or if you want to sign up for the rooms, right here, guys, $39 a month, not $150 a month, guys. $39 a month for SPY, $50 for the swing room. Swing room, here are all my results from January. Yes, I have losers. We do lose. Okay, we're not going to just show, oh, we got in. This is the best case scenario. No. We're going to show the losers as well. Okay, that's it. So appreciate your time. Thank you. And I'll catch you on the other side. Have another one tomorrow. Take care, brothers. Have a good night. And sisters, have a good night.